Hi, Scott Orlin with Cinema Magazine. The new film is called Little Women, and we're here with the star, Saoirse Ronan. Talk about your own relationship. Obviously, there was a novel, there have been several film incarnations, even a TV series. How familiar were you with the story?
I grew up with this story, really. It wasn't... Little Women wasn't part of, say, the curriculum or the psyche quite as much as it always has been in America and in American culture. But I think through other film adaptations, definitely, of the book, they made their way over to us. And so it was just a story that was around me from a very early age. And then when I got a bit older, I read the books for the first time and revisited them when we were making our Little Women. So
one of the joys of making a movie is it allows you to have an aspect of life that maybe you don't have in your regular world. And this was, you had 3 sisters.
I know. I have no sisters in real life. It was brilliant.
What was the dynamic of that female energy, especially having Greta in charge of everything?
I mean, you know, I think one of the best things about having Greta in charge is that it's Greta, and she, you know, she comes from acting. She knows how actors think and how they operate and what they might need and how different each of us are. And she's very sort of sensitive to that. And, you know, she was the same on Lady Bird. Like, she banned phones from set and all the crew wore name tags. And, you know, if there were actors that were in for a couple of days, they knew who everyone was because everyone had their names on their lapel and stuff. And, you know, she was very conscious of making everyone feel at their most relaxed and their most confident. So that was just really wonderful to have someone like that lead. But I had one experience about 2 years before that on another film where it was myself and a group of girls, and that was my only other time, you know, having that sort of experience. And it's wonderful. It's like, it's also wonderful when all the girls get on, which we did. You know, we kind of instantly clicked and were beating each other up all the time and on top of each other and shouting over each other, and we became very sisterly very quickly. So
I was intrigued, because I wasn't that familiar with the story, about how important imagination was. As a child, it was kind of ingrained in her, and as she got older, it allowed her to write.
Yeah.
So what was your own relationship to imagination as a kid?
Oh my God. I mean, being an only child, that was all I had to keep me entertained. You know, I was around a lot of actors when I was younger, especially because my dad had like just gotten into it when I was a baby, and we were in New York, and he was doing different plays, and he was working with a lot of really great Irish actors and a lot of people that like didn't have anywhere to live, so a lot of them would just like live with us for months and months on end. So I was around a lot of grown-ups who were essentially very childlike and were sort of kids themselves. And I think that just being around that, and also just being on my own most of the time, it gave me the permission to like completely disappear into my own world. And it's still something that I do to this day. I'm always sort of like going off into a daydream or talking to myself, and I really do think that's a massive reason why I'm an actor. So
could you write a book?
Could I write a book? No, I don't think so. Maybe a script, but not a book.
Well, one day we may see if this happens. Saoirse Ronan, as always, such a pleasure.
Thank
This is
you.
Scott Orlin. Until next time.